It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randominity with the Random Christian Show. Today we welcome Christian on Painkillers. Brought to you by Neil Getzlow's book, Unmasked, Conquering Sexual Sin and Walking in Victory. Order your copy now at neilgetzlow.com. Use the code RANDOM for a 10% discount. Intro music provided by The Dead Campers. Check them out at deadcampers.com. Next week, we have Submerged Universe creator Demetrius LaShawn Witherspoon. Check him out next week. Plus, random questions of insanity with Christian on Painkillers. Coming to you live from his bed, ladies and gentlemen, Christian Random.
Hello! Hey, there it is. All right, I'm working. Yay! I think this show's actually running smoother than any show I've done out of the booth.
Well, because I need to stop what I say, go over, click the right slate, go back to what I'm saying. Anyway, so
again,
ladies and gentlemen,
I think it's running better than any show we've done from my booth. So yeah.
Well, hey, we should explore other areas of your house, I guess.
Oh, we are, especially right now with the party hat I'm wearing.
There you go.
It totally does look like a party hat. Oh my God.
Man. So a few days out of surgery, how you feeling?
Yeah, we're actually on day 6, and I'm feeling very anxious and bored, and I know I'm probably frustrating the hell out of my wife, who has done an amazing job of making sure I'm taken care of. And actually we're starting to wean me off the pain pills, but they are still pretty essential, because I had this whole thing that happened right here that it was not good.
So why are you being weaned off of the pain pills? I don't get that.
Well, I'm just trying to bring him down. It's oxycodone, dude. I don't need to be strung out on oxy for weeks on end. But we're probably going to have to actually extend.
Just don't get hooked.
Yeah,
no, I know, and I'm just again trying to be aware of the actual pain that I have going on. So it's an interesting thing, besides watching all the other hallucinations that I get to see during and dude, I mean, this thing, it just, I didn't think it was going to wipe me out as much as it did, but it's really, I mean, you can even hear it in my voice, dude. No matter how much sleep I'm getting, I feel just constantly drained right now.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, your body went through a very, traumatic experience, and it's got to recover, and that's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
So,
and
how long are you supposed to be down?
8 to 12 weeks.
Okay.
I'm actually off of work 8 to 12 weeks, depending. So, yay.
Yeah. I mean, aside from having a foreign object in your hip, what's been like so far in the 6 days, like the weirdest adjustment? Like, has it just been being so reliant on other people for stuff?
Oh, yeah. Which again drives my wife nuts, because I'll start trying to do something. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I'll do it. Show me what to do. Like, she gets mad at me. And so, which, I mean, I'm not supposed to be doing for the first 2 weeks. I'm just supposed to be lying around and going to the bathroom. That's it. And
but not at the same time.
No, hopefully not.
Yeah, which has kind of come into play every now and then.
We're still working out the kinks of that operation right there.
Well, yeah, because there was a couple times where I'm like, I think I got to use the restroom, and I start getting up, and I'll be like, okay, I gotta go now.
Oh, geez.
We need to move now.
That's the decision you need to make a little earlier in the.
There's no delays on that.
Right, my brother developed a factor system for bathroom. right?
Ooh.
So it would be the it was called the shit factor, right? And so like if we were out like as a family and like someone said they needed to go, like Dan would also always respond with, what's your factor, right? And so it's like, well, and then he had to explain it to us, right? And then of course I ask, well, what's shit factor 10, right? And Dan's like,
turtle head.
right, exactly. So
yeah.
So yeah,
which is one of my favorite gross things to say. I'm turtling.
Yeah.
There.
How bad do you have to go? I'm turtling.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's been it's definitely been an interesting adjustment for sure, especially for me because I'm just, I'm always the guy trying to do stuff and whatnot. So it's right. It is what it is. And so like I said, and then of course I'm like, well, hey, I'll take advantage of the time of sitting here and doing nothing by trying to, work on other things for the show. And I'm like so looped out on pills. I'm like, and I'm trying to talk to people, and I mean, God bless Demetrius. I've been talking to him about the show coming up, and which is, oh my gosh, dude, he is so amazing. He actually sent me a link to the latest movie that they have out there. Hey, Patsy Ann. And so I can actually watch it. It's on Amazon Prime, and what's that box that you got, Matt?
The Roku.
Roku. Yeah. It's on Roku.
Well, we just bought an Apple TV. So.
Well, yeah.
Because we bought a HomePod.
Right.
So then we had to.
That works so well, by the way, from what I understand.
Yeah. So
ours works great. I love it.
You were arguing with it the other day because it wouldn't shut up.
Oh, well, I argue with it. That's Siri. That's not the HomePod. That's
Siri. You have to come to an understanding.
So Siri's like having me around.
Only worse. If you can imagine that. Because he's snooty. Yeah, actually, like it's my wife's Siri voice, so he's I think he's British. Might be Australian.
Oh.
He's some kind of non-American English speaker.
Sure.
He gets mad when you ask him too many math questions in a row.
Oh yeah.
Especially the same one over and over. Like I'll be doing some baking or whatever, and I'll need to know ounces to grams or something. And he's just like, dude, bro, write this down. I'm sick of telling you.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I told you that. I told you that yesterday, Matt. Why don't you listen to me, Matt?
But the HomePod itself, I want one in my office here. I want one in my wife's office. One in our bedroom. Because right now we have one in our kitchen that kind of covers. They're awesome. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, aren't you the same Matt that like got rid of Facebook because you didn't want the aliens knowing what you were doing at all times?
No, I don't want Facebook knowing what I'm doing.
Well, it's the same thing.
No, but Apple doesn't.
It's run by another world.
Apple's not like Amazon. Unlike Alexa, my HomePod doesn't care what I do unless I go, "Hey Siri."
Okay.
And then it'll track me, but Alexa's always listening. Oh, I heard you guys discussing flour. What kind of flour did you want me to buy?
I can read lips, Matt.
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, I
wouldn't do that if I were you, Dave.
Yeah. Our Alexa has been sassy lately. Like I had to ask her. We have to ask her all the questions twice now. Like she just won't. It got put on my wife's settings or something. Like I need to ask it twice before like anything comes out. Like,
hey, is it starting to act like a cat? Like
I kind of, yeah. And so like,
no, then it would just do whatever it wants.
Someone say something to me.
Yeah, right.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah.
Don't scratch this or scratch it. I'm really confused.
It would really be funny if you could turn up the sass level on these things. Like if they just like could get more sassy and like they could let out like an audible sigh if you ask them like a really stupid question, you know? Like, hey, Alexa, how much you know, how many cups is in a pound of flour? It's like Andy.
Well, let me pull out my fingers and count on them.
Yeah, right.
Don't you know how to Google things? That's what I swear my Siri is like. You learn to use Google, a-hole. Come on,
right.
buddy.
And then, well, no, and she'll say that sometimes. Well, here's what I found online.
Yeah.
Like,
let me Google that for you.
Your lazy ass over
I
and
get
look
it.
At it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're telling me I should search for stuff, huh?
Corey Hall, what's up,
Corey?
What's up, Corey Hall? How are you? We're talking to Christian on painkillers, man.
It's fun. Oh, and Andy, the thing that I was arguing with Siri about the other day was so I'm watching
it's
a show.
Like usual, Corey. I'm totally not a factor in the show. So
yeah, so keep it down, buddy.
Right.
So I'm watching TV and listening to the HomePod in the kitchen so I can do dishes and still hear what's going on the TV.
Gotcha.
And Chris calls. So all I wanted was for Siri to pause. Oh, and Chris is stuck now. This is great.
Oh yeah. Oh no. It's a seizure. Back. Oh wait. No. Okay. All right.
So all I wanted it to do was pause the TV.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
And it does it all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I can't do that right now. What are you
like what?
What are you talking about? Like, yeah, you can. I mean, so poor Chris is like me cussing, yelling at Siri while I grab my phone and bring up the HomePod on my phone. Well, bring up the TV on my phone.
And I'm like, what did I do?
You didn't do anything. You just happened to call it the worst time possible, buddy.
That's what I do.
So.
Hey, so anyway, yay for Siri and AI.
Yeah. Because... So how did the actual surgery go? Like in your perception, like what do you remember? Like, and then like did anything weird happen during the surgery? Like anything like that, you know? Tell us about it.
Well, we're basically this is what I do remember. is going in for my pre-op, right? And the nurses were all super nice, and I was actually doing what I normally do, self-promoting all the time and handing out stickers to the show and things like that. And,
be sure to catch us later.
Yeah.
Did you get the tattoo on your hip of where they were going in of the logo saying "Watch us Tuesdays at 4 p.m."
I should have done that.
That would have been great.
No, but
I need temporary tattoos for that.
That's right. Totally.
I did have the doctor. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to sign right here so that way we all agree it's the right hip. I said, will you write "To Christian with love"?
Right.
And he goes, seriously? And I'm like, dude, do you think I'm not kidding? He's like, oh yeah. He did it. I was like,
and did you get a picture of it?
No, I didn't have. I didn't have my phone around me at the time.
No.
They were disabling me of all sorts of things at that point. And then all I remember is after he did that, they came in and they're like, okay, they gave me some pills, and they go, okay, now we're going to give you this numbing shot for getting ready to do the actual pain blocker and all that stuff, right? So I lean forward and I remember them, oh, okay, yeah, it's a little stingy. And they're like, yeah, exactly, Corey. And then they go, okay, now here comes the pain blocker, and this is going to be, and that was it.
Yeah.
All I remember is being hunched over, and
That's crazy. And then you woke up with a new hip, and
then all of a sudden I wake up and I'm like, okay.
Still not wearing pants and $3 on the nightstand saying catch a cab.
There was a bunch of people standing over me pulling up their pants, and
right.
And the note on your other hip that said "Thank you for the good time."
Yeah.
Oh man.
And there was some Astroglide there, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh yeah, hey guys.
But this does allude to the fact that we have a top 12 list of interesting facts that we happen to derive.
Right. Yeah. So a very hypothetical situation of top 10 things the doctors could have used to replace your hip.
We don't know that.
If they lost the actual replacement, like let's say you're out, right? And you know the shipping on things have been weird since COVID hit, right? And stuff's been delayed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like let's just say that somebody screwed up, said that the part was there, but it's not really there. So they had to improvise. So
right. And working in the shipping industry, I can see where this could be a problem.
Right. Yeah. See, so you were off for a week. You couldn't manage your guys, and your hip just didn't get there. So let's. So yeah, the top.
I want to know what's in my hip.
Well, here are the top 12 things that could be in your hip right now.
Right now. Oh God, I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
Drive shafts from U-joints from the drive shaft from a 1967 Volvo.
Well, Volvo would at least be reliable. So
right. You okay? Are you all right there?
Yeah, I'm readjusting. Dude, when you sit for basically 24 hours a day, like even just the slightest adjustment feels really so
yeah.
When I broke my foot.
Oh yeah.
All I want to do is go someplace else rather than here.
Right. Exactly.
So
yeah.
I totally get it.
You can't.
Yeah.
All right. So, am I starting with number 12? Or
no, I'll start off. I start off at 12 because then you do the odds, and then you can do number 1 because it's the Random Christian Show. It's not the Random Andy Show.
That's
all right.
True.
Wait, this isn't this week. The
yeah, Mag. You
this week, the role of Christian will be played by Andy D. We should have done it.
We should have. Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should have. But we're doing it live, so damn it.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. So number 12, the hinge in the door in scary movies that always creaks slowly and loudly opens.
Dab a little 3-in-1 on that.
Which when I was when I was going to the restroom, it was more like so
you're gonna be like the Tin Man every couple steps. Oil
can. Yeah. Oh God. That could be.
You almost made me spit out my coffee.
I'm so sorry.
No, I would have been not on the computer.
No, you should never have to clean up, spit up coffee off your computer. That's just awful.
Yeah. Number 11, the right arm off an old G.I. Joe action figure doll that used to flex up when you press the button on his back.
That's right, the Kung Fu grip.
Yep, absolutely. Realistic Kung Fu grip, by the way.
Yeah.
If you remember the commercials correctly.
That is correct. Yeah.
Number 10. Yes.
Number 10, an old pair of tongs from Matt's former restaurant job. The golden tongs.
Yes.
The ones that have only been touching chicken for 5 years straight.
So it's sanitary.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all fresh chicken now.
Remember the easy way to sanitize things? Stick it in the fryer.
Yeah.
No, I never did that.
No, nobody ever did that.
No.
Number 9, A Suzanne Summers thigh master one of the nurses was using in between surgeries, which could give me a real, pep in my step. I could,
I know he's like
definitely-
you. It would be funny just to, like you're.
That'd be a pelvic replacement, wouldn't it?
I think so. I think more of a pelvic one. But yeah, absolutely.
That'd still be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh God, we're way too amused with this. Number 8.
Number 8, the door closing apparatus from the operating room's door. Is that the one with like the big push button that you gotta like? It's
well, no, it's the little arm that's at the top of the door that pulls it shut.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I don't know.
I just think it would be fun if you had a big push button on your hip that you had to, just to get it to go.
And it just slowly opens. Because you're like, oh yeah, that's real convenient. And then you press the button, you're like, wow, I could have been through this door 5 times at this point.
It's like it's like the old Nintendo track and field video game where you had to press A really quick to go really fast. It's like you're just tapping your button on your hip just to walk.
Oh my God, that would have been a good one too. Damn it. Oh, see, this is what happens when we wait till the last minute to do
that's
this.
what that one made me think of. I literally thought it was the button that they pressed to to close the door. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, number 7, the swivel wheel from one of the chairs in the operating room. So, which
that would be like a full bottom half replacement. Like if both legs were just gone and you just needed like, nope, I'm like the dogs that get the little wheelers when they have no hind legs and they just pop around.
Well, but I see the thing I was thinking too. The cool thing would the leg could independently go all over the place.
Right. Oh, that's true.
I could swing it this way or backwards or forward.
I think I broke Matt on that one.
This is why I love not knowing what your top 12 list is. Like Andy, you don't see me. Like Chris can see me behind, like back in.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And oh my
and
God!
This is what
sometimes
Matt does the whole time.
Sometimes this is why I need timers. Why I set timers, because you guys are too funny sometimes. A lot of times.
Oh, that's
just
good.
Sometimes.
Not all.
Yeah,
time.
your top 12 list. Oh my God.
Oh,
love them.
Number 6.
Number 6, a dog's hip. Because if this were a Marvel movie, you would have been given like dog powers, But now, because this is real life, it only gives you a strong urge to pee on fire hydrants.
Oh my God. which explains a whole lot of the past week that's been going by because
I figured. Yeah.
I could see. Yeah, because like it's like I said, all of a sudden you're like, feel like I gotta pee. And then you start getting up out of the bed doing you're like, I gotta pee. I gotta pee. Oh God, I gotta pee. And moving with a walker just does not happen fast enough.
Right. Yeah.
Number 5. Eggplant. Apparently, my healthcare would only cover the holistic organic doctor. I need to go back every 5 weeks to change it out. How does an eggplant work as a hip replacement?
Well, that was the most like hippie like vegetable I could think of, other than like
I can see
if you put like toothpicks and an eggplant in a potato or something, get the basic thing. But
oh good God, that's horrible. That's just horrible. I'm never going to be able to eat eggplant ever again. And I used to love eggplant parmesan. So, thanks for that.
Oh man, there's a great Italian place in the town over that has just the most excellent eggplant parmesan. So,
not anymore.
Sorry.
10 years for my hip.
Right.
Number 4.
Number 4, the mannequin's hip from the gift store. Luckily, Christian also got to keep the scrubs the mannequin was displaying and wearing.
Yeah, and then I was mistaken for a nurse and asked to get back to work. So
Right.
it was kind of an awkward moment. I'm like, I'm a patient. Yeah, sure you are, buddy.
Yeah.
And quit popping those pain pills.
I know.
And this one I love. Matt, you'll get a bang out of this one. A Magnum 357, giving new meaning to shooting from the hip. Bumps. You need the soundboard going.
I know. I have it in another window because I have to read this one.
Was that a like a revolver, or is it a lever action rifle?
Well, and see,
you have to go click, click, boom to move.
You know, like I imagined the RoboCop action. Do you remember how his his leg would open and the gun would come out? So like I figured that's where I was coming from.
Except for the gun's got to stay there to work as the hip joint.
No, that's
which would be even funnier because then you can't.
Every time you pull it out, he would double over and
yeah,
he would lose.
Damn it! I need that to stand.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And where does this shell discard from? My butt.
Apparently, they're still working the kinks out of that. You know, this was a last minute. This was a last minute replacement, so I don't know that was. Maybe they have to clean it out every so often.
Yeah, there may be some extra moments.
No, you only get 6 shots and that's it. After that, buddy, you're on your own.
And I'm just hopping around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Number 2. Parts from the abandoned car in the hospital parking lot. Now Christian can go from 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. However, it does cost $50 to fill them up now.
And that's on a 10-gallon tank. Yeah. And trust me, my miles per gallon are not what they used to be.
Right. Yeah.
All right. And yeah, we're working down to number 1 here.
Here we go. The number 1 reason, the number 1 device that they used to replace Christian's hip, because they lost the actual replacement,
was my phone, which when I walk apparently dials my ex-wife's number, and suddenly you just hear those awkward hello, will you please quit calling me, which has made family dinners really rather awkward. Yes, and especially because my ex-wife's not that nice.
Right. Hey, all right. Well, maybe
there's that.
That wasn't my best. That wasn't my best right. Maybe.
No, that's fine.
But you had 5 minutes to get it done. I mean,
that's true. Yeah. Although I still I still like my top 12 list of top 12 lists we couldn't come up with today.
That would have been good.
Yeah. So, all right.
Uh-oh.
So there we go.
All right. There we go. Sorry, you guys keep locking up on my end, so I don't know what's going on.
No, baby, we're smooth over here.
Apparently, it's your hotspot internet, and there we go. We're sponsored by Volkswagen. We are sponsored by Volkswagen this week, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing but the best cars from Volkswagen.
Oh,
oh, here we go.
It could be his hotspot that's jacked up.
No.
Wait, are you moving? Are you on the move?
He needs to go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom. Just go to the bathroom.
Don't take us with you.
We're taking you off.
Okay,
right.
There we go.
Good. All right.
Excellent. Thank you.
Finally. Now we don't have to let him back in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Andy and Matt show. Matt, how the hell are you, man?
I am doing quite okay.
We've been so focused on Christian and his recovery. I get it. Yeah. How are you? No, how are you doing? How's everything going?
I'm doing well. I like to get in arguments with my HomePod.
Yeah.
I had a co-host with me up here. My cat jumped up and
I saw the tail swipe through.
Yeah, until she realized that I'm not going to pay as much attention to her as she really wanted. So
right.
So she bailed.
Okay.
Got that going for me.
Yeah, so I got that going for me. What's for dinner tonight?
Leftover beef enchiladas.
Okay.
We made
excellent homemade.
Got a What?
Homemade?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Always.
Nice.
In the Instapot.
Ooh, nice.
Got a really good deal on petite sirloin, dirt cheap.
Ooh,
got like
very
5
cool.
pounds of it, cut it up.
Okay.
Froze most of it. Marinated.
Excellent.
I had a Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest.
Ooh.
A couple of beers left over, so we marinated it in that and some garlic for a couple hours before we threw it in the Instapot. And
oh man, God, talking my language right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was
nice,
so
dude.
good, so good.
Yeah.
So tonight's just leftovers of that. And,
okay, great.
And all that jazz. What are you having?
I'm sort of mishmashing everything tonight. So I've been on a little bit of a carb cleanse for me.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make like a chicken teriyaki stir fry thing for me, but very limited rice on it. But then I'm making a completely separate pasta dish for the rest of the family. So
there you go.
Penne Italian sausage with garlic Alfredo sauce.
Oh yeah.
And a bake with some mozzarella cheese and stuff. So.
Oh cool. We had my wife makes homemade pasta.
Mm-hmm.
And so last night we had some homemade pasta that she made nice and dried, made about a month or so ago. With Alfredo sauce and a couple of just breaded chicken cutlets.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
And some so yeah, wow. I really good.
Okay. I think our fearless leader is back here.
Oh.
Again, brought to you by VW this week, ladies and gentlemen. Volkswagen cars.
Excellent.
All right.
And then so Patsy Ann saying that far from grooving.
Yep.
Now Patsy is going to miss us because she's going to go see Morbius.
Oh well, there you go.
Uh-oh.
Let's see another vampire show.
Yeah. So Morbius is the Marvel is the Marvel vampire essentially.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I have heard bad things about the movie.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully Patsy Ann will let us know all about it.
Yes.
In 2 weeks.
Yes, but it is Marvel. I am very excited for Moon Knight. Moon Knight comes out this Friday? Thursday? So Moon Knight is the Disney Plus series with Oscar Isaac.
Oh, right. That looked good.
Yep. Yeah.
That looked really good.
Yeah.
And then I wasn't the Blade trilogy, isn't that a Marvel based on a Marvel?
It was. I love the Blade trilogy. I love the Wesley Snipes trilogy. The third one was a little but they are redoing it. Blade actually showed up in voice form at the end of the Eternals.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
they had the end credit, they had the beginning end credit scene, and then they had the end credit scene.
Right.
And then the end credits
to do that.
Yeah, the end credit scene was with Kit Harington, the guy who played Jon Snow, who plays I believe his character is called the Black Knight in the greater Marvel universe.
Okay.
And then they had him basically gearing up to pick up the sword at the end, and then it was the actor oh god, I can't say his name. Mashera Ali, I think is his name. And it says,
sure,
you know what you're doing with that? And then it cut out to black. So yeah. So we are getting a
reboot. Huh?
Yes. Yeah.
So does Morbius have anything to do with
okay, so Morbius is typically a Spider-Man villain, and this is the weird. Okay. So it is a Marvel movie, but it's the Sony Marvel universe. It's not the Marvel, so it's like in the Venom family, and not the actual, So yeah.
Oh well, cool.
It will be interesting for sure. So,
and it is hard for Marvel to top the first 20 movies.
Yeah, that's very true, right? Yeah.
And Morbius is more like kind of an anti-hero too, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. He is a Venom-esque
So
character. Yeah.
Right. So that's it's not like Blade, who is a vampire, really pretty much good for anyone, and does not try to take his victims to help him survive even more and whatnot. And
right.
Well, Blade is a Blackula hunter. Wait, no, that's from different show. The Venture Brothers. That's right. Do you guys watch the Venture Brothers at all?
Yes, I used to.
I watched Jefferson, a few back in the day.
Is a Blackula hunter. He only hunts Blackulas.
Yes.
Oh my god, I love that show.
Yeah.
So what I also find interesting about this right now is, are you switching the graphics, or am I doing that?
Do you remember doing that?
I'm also switching the graphics
as
we're going along. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't remember pressing that one. So I'm bored. I'm hands off now.
Okay.
Hands are up here.
Everybody hands up. Everybody hands up.
I wouldn't even know how to even do that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Me and Andy both have access to the board basically at this point, and so I relinquish.
You
now hand it over to you.
Sorry if I look distracted, but I'm looking at the PG&E power outage thing. My power went out earlier, and it looks like
you're not playing
done,
with the kittens like you normally get to.
So I'm going to close that and get back to you guys full time.
Yay.
Okay. Until the kitten comes in. Got it.
Right.
So now I wanted to do a little pump up on next week's show, because Demetrius, and he said you can leave the LaShawn without. It's just Demetrius Witherspoon.
Okay.
And again, I apologize for my voice, because it's just drained. So I got to take a drink of water like every 30 seconds, which results in me going pee. But it seems to help out. So his Submerged universe, dude, I didn't realize how huge he actually was. He's on his 5th movie. That is on the Amazon Prime and Roku and going to Netflix and stuff. He just dropped his latest character, which is the Figure. They've started that. I mean, he's got his own comic line going of different characters and movies. And I mean, good God, what else? I mean, action. He's got his own action figures. I didn't know if you knew that either. And so he goes to Comic Cons and is just like a marketing machine. And I guess, I've had a couple people say, he is kind of to the comic universe like Gene Roddenberry was to Star Trek. He brings a lot of realism, but future realism into his characters, kind of like what Tom Rash was doing with like Black Alpha and stuff.
Right.
And like Iron Man is there's a very human, there's a very real side to Tony Stark.
Right.
He didn't get bit by a spider.
Right. He just actually made his own science and then developed it even more because he's just crazy, super genius. And then used his intelligence to help create a more intelligence kind of system. Yes, we are nerds. Anyway, but so yeah, I mean, I've been really diving into this stuff, and dude, it's really, really cool. I'm very, very psyched. It's going to be a very interesting conversation with him next week, which will be at 4 p.m. Central.
Very cool.
I
I'm excited.
be able to get into the studio at that point. We are hoping and praying that I can make it down the stairs.
I like this look.
You mean this look?
Party hat's awesome.
Yeah, no, the party hat's great.
You don't have a green sheet you could have hung up and done green screen?
It's down in the studio, and it's
that's a weird space for it. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
Really should be behind you.
To have it there when I could have it behind me. I never even thought about trying to put the actual. You know what? Well, now we're gonna do it.
You could try the virtual background, but no, seriously, like the lamp hat, like you're not gonna get any better than the lamp hat. I'm sorry.
It's true, isn't it? It's not gonna get much better than that. Where is the settings?
It's the little gear thing.
Yeah, I know. I can't. It's hidden because I have the iPad turned a certain way, so I'm not gonna mess with it. Things are working well right now. Let's just leave it be.
All right. Should we run the spot?
Oh, you know what? Yes. Let's give Mr. Neil a little.
Are we 20 minutes into our interview with Chris?
I don't know. I didn't
set any timers today.
I know. I felt bad after last week, so I didn't want to. I didn't want to step on toes again. All right. So everybody hang tight and let's play a spot.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby.
All right. Graphic up. Heyo.
The Random Christian Show is proudly sponsored by Neil Getzlow's new book, Unmasked. Hey, it's Christian, and we're all struggling with something in our lives. I mean, men and women both. Maybe it's an addiction or loneliness or bitterness, something that just keeps us on edge. Well, for Neil Getzlow, he had an addiction to porn that started when he was just 9 years old. And then it built up and it turned into a sex addiction as an adult. But thanks to the power of prayer and forgiveness from both God and his wife, Neil was able to walk away from those struggles and completely turn his life around. Now, it may be you or somebody you know, but if Neil can do it, I promise you, you can do it too. There is hope and there is a way out. God's going to give you the path, but are you going to take it? I want you to check out Neil's new book, Unmasked, and learn all about this. If you use the code RANDOM for free shipping, you're going to save a bunch of money, and you're going to really help yourself or somebody out. All right? Go to therandomchristianshow.com. There's a link there, or go to neilgetzlow.com, neilgetzlow.com, and check it out. Don't forget to put in the code RANDOM for free shipping.
And we're back. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. And Neil, things are going good for him. He's actually started his own podcast. Have I mentioned that before?
Yes, you did, sir.
So, yeah, he does it like twice a month. And, just kind of dealing with other people that have been in situations like him. He's actually going to have me on there. I told him he better say a lot of prayers about that show. But we'll have a lot of fun, and it'll be nice. It's good to see him succeeding and doing well. And we are actually going to have him and his wife in the studio probably in about a month or so. When do we have him slated to come back on, Matt? As he was supposed to be today. And Corey Hall had him on his show, Simply Said. So
cool.
That.
Heyo.
Heyo. And that's actually become kind of a catchphrase for us, apparently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do we need to get shirts made with Heyo?
I think so.
What do you mean by that?
People that I've talked to, they all respond to me like, Heyo. So, yeah. It's kind of
good. Oh, Corey was on his show last week. I get it. Yeah.
So I see how this plays out where I sit with everybody. Fine. I'll be the squeaky wheel. Yeah, sure.
You just got a hip replaced. My goodness.
Doesn't mean I couldn't have answered questions.
You changed. I don't know when we're having
Oh yeah, that's right. We got to get Matt access to the calendar.
No, well, you just need to send me a damn invite so I can.
Not my calendar.
I have. Okay. Anyway,
I
so
can't use it.
as we progress through days of our lives on the Random Christian Show, we find out that Christian has no technical prowess whatsoever.
Although what I do know is not next.
I've got sexual prowess, which exudes.
Yeah.
That's the After Dark show.
Yes.
This is the PG-13 show that we're talking about, right?
Right.
But I wanted to ask you, Chris, weren't you on Patsy Ann's show?
Quite a while back, yeah. Well, it's probably been about 6 months now, I think.
Has it been that long? Because I don't remember.
Actually, we're going to. No. That's right. We are going to get on Patsy Ann's show. Me and my wife.
Right. No,
be on there.
You haven't done that yet.
No. We keep having scheduling problems. So me and Patsy got to get that worked out. The After Dark content. Yeah, there is a price to get the After Dark content of the Random Christian Show. Speaking of which, we got a lot of great people lined up, and we've had a lot of great guests in the past. You know, I was just kind of going through. We're almost to 100 shows, guys. Did you realize that?
I did not realize that.
I realized that after you told me. I was like, oh, that's right.
We are about 3 shows away from a 100 shows, so that will be that will be quite a mark for us. We have come quite a long ways. I'm very very happy to say that all of it's been up, and we've had a few kind of up. If we had a graph chart,
in about 3
episodes, it was done.
Oh God! Don't bring back the Carl Gottlieb interview, please.
That was a highlight. I enjoyed that one a lot.
Yeah, that was. I didn't. I squirmed the entire time trying to keep things happy for a certain someone that really didn't matter at this point, and actually. That was our other top 12 list was guests that I thought I'd be interviewing because of the pain pills. Which I still think we should do.
No, we should definitely keep that one in the old. I mean, at least for next week, probably.
Yeah.
So I have a question.
High possibility.
What episode is this that we're on right now?
This should be 97.
So 98.
I actually have to go down. I can't access it from my phone or the iPad. I've got to look at it on the actual website.
Well, what I was going to say, it doesn't matter. What I was going to say is if that is true, that means our 100th episode, and we can confirm this later, will be from someone who we found out about because they joined us in chat.
Oh,
that'll be cool. A real weird art.
That's right. Yeah, that's Joey Allgood.
So those of you out in the world, they're listening to us live, joining in on the chat, can get you on the show.
Yep, absolutely.
If we like your art.
Yeah, if we like you. And that was one of the things about this show. When we all started out, everybody kept going, well, what's your niche and it has turned into an interview style show. But the thing is, we interview people that you don't normally think of and aren't like huge celebrities out in the world and whatnot. They're people like us that are out there doing their thing and entertaining people through different means and ways and making everybody's day a little bit better. And that's what it's about. And that's what this show is about. That's what it's always been about, is trying to make your day just that much better. And if we can make you laugh for even 5 minutes, hey, we've done our job. And that's what's important. Or if we've given you information about something that you're like, hey, that's good to know. Then again, we've done what we set out to do. And that's the most important thing about it. We've introduced you to somebody that you didn't really think was a major player in things, but you're like, oh yeah, oh, I remember that movie, or I've read that book, or I've seen that picture, or that artwork, or I remember hearing that joke from that comedian on YouTube or whatever. So that's what it's about. And so don't think that you're not important enough to actually be put on the show. I mean, we're kind of slutty that way, and we'll
interview anybody.
The long and the short of it, yeah, we'll pretty much put anybody on air.
I mean,
no,
there's been some people that we've passed on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And
so it's not we're not complete sluts.
There's one in particular I really wish we had.
We have
but
a tiny amount of morals.
Some morals
and self-respect. And
hey, don't go that far.
Yeah, right.
Easy killer. Easy.
Sorry, I'm trying to center.
I had self-respect. I would have done something with my hair today.
Right.
Should have look at what's this? It just seriously, I should have worn a hat.
Yeah, you should have. But at least you have hair to complain about, and Andy. And I don't know. I'm not complaining. I think you're a fine-looking man.
Well, thank you.
I would run my fingers through the sparsities of your hair at any time if I needed to or desired so, but I don't. So never mind.
Can we not make jokes about lack of hair? We saw how that ended.
Oh yeah. we don't want to get Will Smith on the air.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And just to chime in on that real quick, who cares? So that's all I got to say about it. And I think Chris Rock did a great job in just letting it go and moving on. So kudos to him, and Will Smith, you're a little bitch. Anyway,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Someone was.
You're always going to take the other side.
Smack of about my wife. Publicly
well,
like that. Will Smith apologized.
Eventually, yeah.
So, I mean,
when he realized he was a little bitch, but
well, here's the thing: would anyone be talking about the Oscars if he hadn't have done that?
No, because the Oscars are.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I could really care less about the Oscars.
And
I was
honestly,
kind of mad. I learned something about the Oscars this year.
What did you learn?
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
I truly believe it was a skit that went bad. I think it was a skit where Will Smith, kind of behind the scenes was like, yeah, let's do it, And then when he saw the look on his wife's face and was like, oh, shit, I think he realized that went too far, and he was probably not only pissed at himself, but he was pissed that the whole thing kind of came up, and went out and smacked Chris Rock and tried to act like a big man about it, but he wasn't. So there we go.
Yeah, and I am not defending how Will Smith reacted to the situation in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
Let me just put that out there. But it does seem he wasn't having the best of days.
No, especially his face afterwards.
Right. In terms of just his acceptance speech and everything, does seem there was a lot more on his mind this particular day than other days. So again, I'm not defending. I'm just saying that in terms of just sort of the weight of especially the role that he played, and in terms of having to protect and look over the two girls, the Williams girls, as he did in his role, versus he felt that he had to, as your wife's husband, when attacked, you feel the need to attack back, right?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And you know what? Will Smith does probably, and that was the most fascinating thing for me is the reaction around this. because like he still got the award.
Right.
He was still
he was going to get the award no matter what. He was
still able to go up and go. And Christian, Corey, I don't. So that's interesting. That's what he said as well. He still got the award. He still was given the ability to apologize and make so like he's going to come out of this just fine.
Hey, dude, he's going to come out unscathed. I mean, it's
right.
Either way, he's going to be praised as a hero. He's going to be called a bitch like I did.
Yeah.
And
anybody lesser than Will Smith that had done this?
Yeah.
And the joke before was Javier Bardem and Penelope Cruz being married and being up for Best Actor and Best Actress in their respective categories, and the fact that if Penelope Cruz lost, Javier couldn't win, because that was funny.
Racial balance was
right. There. No, and that was great, right? And that
was true.
That was a funny
totally
joke.
True.
But had Penelope Cruz shaved her head and Chris Rock made that joke about Penelope Cruz, Javier Bardem came up, I've seen background stuff on Javier Bardem, but if he came up and slapped somebody like that and yelled what Will Smith yelled afterwards,
yeah,
it'd be a much different conversation,
right?
Today.
Oh yeah. Oh,
absolutely. And if he didn't have the ability to, and especially since Javier lost, right? He didn't have a chance to speak to the group,
right?
Afterwards, right?
And so flow things out, yeah.
What would it have been like that? Like if that had happened, if someone lesser than Will Smith had gone up and slapped Chris Rock,
right? No, yeah, let's say Chris Hemsworth comes up and smacks him for the exact same thing.
He would have smacked him into Asgard, and he would have been.
He would have taken Mjolnir and.
Right, exactly. No, that's just it would have ended up in a yeah. No, but no, exactly. Like had this been any other person,
yeah,
like I think totally. Will Smith has almost gotten to this. I can walk up on stage and slap the shit out of somebody's status and not. Right. And issue an apology and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think Corey.
I totally thought it was a bit too, Corey, because
yeah,
we've all seen behind the scenes on like movie hits and stuff like that. And it,
right.
And it did seem a little like, if I get hit, I don't know that my reaction is to go as far as Chris Rock did,
Right. Well, so, I think he actually I think it was supposed to be kind of a thrown punch.
Yeah.
But I think he actually you could hear it. He put some force into that, dude.
Yeah. And it connected for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And the way Chris Rock looked at him dude, you just went too far, bro.
Yeah.
Holy crap. And his reactions were real, even whether they were scripted or not. He came out and then his response to him was I got it. Don't worry about it. He was like,
right.
Okay, the joke's over. Don't worry.
That's the other interesting part of this is that it's something else that I read too. Now, did Rock ad-lib that joke on the fly or did somebody write it?
Yeah. See, I
gotta get Bruce Valanche back in here and find out.
Yeah.
I would love his take on this.
Right? Yeah, dude, that would be
I would love, as a former Oscar writer, award show winner writer, I would love his take on this.
Yeah,
who let if that was a written joke, we're gonna do that. Who thought that was cool to make fun of someone's alopecia? So
right. Well, if it was real too.
Now that's the thing too, dude. They were looking at the hair loss aspect of it, and that he didn't say it's falling out and attacking her that way. He just made a light fun joke about G.I. Jane 2. Okay, and because of her hair loss,
which is all about a woman hanging with men in the most intense environment and succeeding.
Cut her loose.
Yeah,
I never
right?
saw G.I. Jane, but I do know that line.
Oh,
And
it's
once
actually a
again, I've
decent
learned.
movie.
I've talked about or heard people talk about the Oscars way more than I've ever wanted.
Right.
Thank you guys.
Yes, sorry, but
Yeah, that's all right.
I mean,
Well-
but imagine if you are the person that wrote that joke and Rock didn't write it, and you're backstage and that happens. The
Oh, I'd be out the door.
No, absolutely. Well, guys, heading to the after party. Thanks.
Yeah,
but
and I'm not going to the after party. Just
yeah.
so you know,
going home and
because Will Smith's
in a
gonna
hole
smack
and
me.
crying.
Yeah. So this sparked a whole weird discussion in my family chat on Facebook this morning.
Yeah.
That like I saw like a couple of things, and then like I looked away to do some work, and then 3 hours later there were 60 responses.
Wow.
Right.
So I yeah.
Well, and my thing was too. It really spurned some thoughts. You know, in my head, it was like, again, I've been playing both sides of it because that's normally how I do things. I try to at least, look at both sides and weigh each side out. And again, I give respect. If this was totally off the cuff and things like, I give respect to Will about standing up for his wife. Okay, the way he did it, completely wrong. And especially knowing that you are on the Oscars and you're dropping the F-bomb. To be this respected actor, which that triggered me into thinking about what are all the roles that Will Smith has played. Have you ever thought about that and the similarities they all have to each other? When he does like his superhero or Bad Boys, those are all along the same lines. Independence Day, he was just this cocky, black badass dude. Bad Boys, same thing. Independence Day, Bad Boys. In the DC movie, what am I thinking of?
Oh, Deadshot.
Suicide Squad. Oh yeah, Deadshot. Okay, still similar character. Okay,
right.
Any of those kind of characters he plays, when he does the thoughtful, caring guy, they're all still very similar roles. They're all, and he plays them all very similarly. When he plays the caring dad, okay, when he was not King Richard, the latest one, but there was another couple where he was this dad that worked his way up out of nothing.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Don't get me wrong. He plays the role well if that's the way the role was written. But I don't think they were written for an iRobot, right? I don't think these. Yeah, they do write for the actor, but these are also coming out of books.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of these came from books, and so
but like iRobot,
he plays the actual character the same as he did in other books, and then there's the 6th degree of separation. And he plays this quirky kind of gay guy or whatever, but it's like he's a manipulative kind of guy, which that's the only one character difference I've seen out of his roles.
Well, and that's the thing for me too when I'm watching just any sort of movie with high profile actors is when you see actors in roles, like, are you watching the performance and are you getting sucked into the performance and thinking that this person is the character, or are you more focused on the actor and just enjoying the actor and watching them play in a different environment? Because I definitely think you hit on something there, because Will Smith comes off as Will Smith in a bunch of roles.
Right. And he's very generic in his
and you see
I think very few actors actually get to the point where they're good enough to
like get lost,
dive into and become a role. Like I was just thinking, like Dustin Hoffman doesn't play the same person in everything. Like
and Gary
Oldman. You could watch Gary Oldman.
God, Gary Oldman is amazing
in 4 different movies and not realize it's him in
the
movie.
Absolutely. Right, and that's I think that level of acting is a lot more rare than someone who like, is a big name, and they're the same. Like I hate to say it, but for the most part, Bruce Willis.
Oh yeah.
Like I love Bruce Willis, but when
he plays a very similar role in lots of different.
You know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
So and that was the brilliance of throwing Tom Cruise as the agent in Tropic Thunder, right?
Oh,
Tom Cruise tends to, well, don't get me wrong. Like Tom Cruise is probably loving what Will Smith did right now, because Tom Cruise looks way less crazy, right, than Will Smith. So anyway, but like, I mean, but if you watch Tom Cruise interview, like he is generally interested in like what other people do, what other people say, how other people approach their craft, and he just wants to make good movies to entertain people, right. And so, but Tom Cruise was a little bit one note in how he, like, you could watch The Firm, you could watch Top Gun, you could watch his Jack Reacher movies, and you're essentially seeing the same guy in action movies, just in different with different names and stuff. But then Tropic Thunder comes out, and you're just like, I know who this guy is, but I can't place it, right? And
well, he had the fat suit on and everything too.
Right.
So that was,
I know.
that
and then you see that it's Tom Cruise, and it's just like, oh my goodness, that was so brilliant, right?
Although I do have to, you mentioned Tom Cruise. Maybe it's Dustin Hoffman brought it out of him, but in Rain Man, Tom Cruise is great.
Right.
Yeah. And he's not, I mean, he's cocky and like whatever, but he's.
Anyway. No, absolutely. But as Lestat,
that Tom Cruise role, he's that cocky young guy that's got the world by the balls, and he's fighting to make it happen, no matter what. And you look at the other Tom Cruise roles that he plays in
Mission Impossible.
Well, not Mission Impossible. The rom-com with where he's the sports. Agent.
Oh, Jerry Maguire. Yeah.
Jerry Maguire, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so still similar kind of thing. Even back to his big movie that really got him going.
Right.
I just can't think with the pills. I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's okay.
Fun.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, I mean, Tom Cruise. I mean, like. He started. Well, first thing I saw him in was Outsiders. Which
and then the
I was
military school.
Crap.
Yeah,
Toy Soldiers.
Okay, now it's not just me. No, not Toy Soldiers.
It was not like what?
No.
You know what I'm talking about with Sean Penn and Timothy Hutton.
Taps. Yes, thank you,
go.
Patsy.
Thank you. Yeah. Great movie, by the way.
No, absolutely great movie. But speaking
of, somebody threw out Robin Williams in here too. That was
Corey
was huge. Robin Williams is one of those guys. He's still Robin Williams, but he did make a lot of adjustments. I mean, and I know people poo-poo this movie a lot. Popeye.
Popeye was great.
No,
I thought he was amazing in Popeye. To nail that character the way he did and keep it the way it was, I think they went to great lengths to keep Popeye. They could have taken it to a whole different level and made it more modern and whatnot. They didn't. They kept Popeye, the 1930s Popeye, which is what it needed to be, and it was great. I have huge respect for that.
People like that movie.
Because
I saw it as a kid and just saw it in the movie theater and just loved it. It was just like, I mean, what do you want? It's a Popeye cartoon with real life characters,
right?
And
right,
that's
absolutely.
Work.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
but I wanted to say, because Patsy Ann brought up Interview with the Vampire, and when you think back on Tom Cruise and his career, I think that he was a lot more varied. I think he had a lot better roles when he was younger, and then once he started hit Mission Impossible, it became this character.
Yeah.
Well, and it was a I have to outdo the last big stunt. He became like, it was almost like a Bond opening, right?
Right.
Like every Bond opening had to outdo the last Bond opening.
Right.
Like Tom Cruise felt the need, and that's why I think that the latest Top Gun movie has been so delayed, is because I think they know that they're sitting on a steaming pile of crap. And
really?
like they're just sort of waiting to release it when there's not really a whole lot of movies, because that one of the things that Tom Cruise said, he's like, I want to fly a plane, like I want to fly a fighter pilot in there. So there's footage of him in the trailer actually taking off, like in the fighter jet, right?
Wow.
I'm like, that's great, but does the actor really need to fly a plane for me to get enjoyment? Because I love, like, don't get me wrong, I quote the first Top Gun movie possibly every week, right?
Weren't they to isn't it a recreation, like shot for shot remake or something? I
don't know. Yeah, no, and I heard about this. Yeah, I heard about this Patsy Ann too, but she loved him. She thought it was good. There's a new interview with the Vampire TV series that's coming out later this year. So
imagine that, more vampire movies. Okay.
But this is vampire and superheroes. Come on, man.
But this is based on coveted material, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I like my vampires sparkly. I actually read the Twilight series twice.
Really?
The books themselves are actually pretty damn good.
Everyone says the books were good. Now
the movies, on the other hand, I only watched 2, and I never watched the third one, and I just lost interest. But the books themselves, it's well written. It's written. It keeps you reading. It's a page turner. I mean, she just has she had a great style, and yeah, I read them.
I got my daughter reading Animal Farm.
There you go.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah, which I wish they would really make a movie.
Oh my Lord! They
made a cartoon. That ugly truth out there. No, they need to make it like a real movie, like not some little animated short kind of thing. They need to make it like with the technology they have nowadays, they could really put that.
Well, you do like a limited 4-hour series on that one. I think that'd be
the way to go.
To get everything that you need to get in there, you know.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely.
So
that or Lord of the Flies.
Didn't really like Lord of the Flies as a book when I read it, and as a movie when I watched it.
There was a movie.
The movie was horrible.
Yeah, and then there was a movie that recently came out too, that was heavily based on Lord of the Flies, but they updated it to outer space. And it did not translate well.
The book was okay, but I think it's one of those things that is way overhyped.
I mean, and it's almost a rite of passage too, because at the point in your life when you read Lord of the Flies, like you really haven't read anything that significant yet, you know?
Right.
So, and this is how I explain my love for Star Wars to people. Sorry, Christian. I know you're more painkillers. Andy's talking about Star Wars again. Please,
we've actually not alluded to Star Wars in quite some time, so I'm good.
So again, I watched Star Wars at a very young and impressionable age, which is why I love it. Which is why you guys can't see it, but there is art behind my camera on my wall of Star Wars, right? But there are people that try to pick it up later in life and they just don't get it, and they don't understand why people are so, and it's the point of your life of when you ingest it. And I think that's what Lord of the Flies does to people, because they're told to read it at a very young age, and you're just like, I haven't read anything like this. Books can be like this.
Right.
Like they didn't all get dogs and puppies at the end and live happly ever after. Like what happened, right?
And I think by the time I read it, I had a 4th grade teacher who was going through losing his wife during fall, during the beginning of 4th grade, and he read us Where the Red Fern Grows.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, and then it's like a like a little like refresher. He read us Summer of the Monkeys, which is great, but he read us Where the Red Fern Grows first, and holy hell.
I'm so sorry. What? I was trying to answer Corey in the chat,
and he's like, I saw you.
He's like the Harry Potter kid. Name help, and I'm like Danielle Radcliffe.
Which really
Lord, Danielle. No, Swiss Army Man was like on my list.
Yeah, I never saw Swiss Army Man either.
On
never
Prime,
even heard of it
on Amazon Prime for a long time, and then I don't know if it's still there or not. And if it is, I really need to watch it. My nephew is just like, you have to watch this. We watched the trailer and was like, oh my God, I have to watch that.
Yeah.
It looks hilarious and just wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Daniel Radcliffe is dead. And it's not like, oh my God, I see dead people.
Right.
Look, check it out. I really need to watch it. But yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe did a TV show called Miracle Workers, and they've done 3 seasons, and it's an anthology series. So they have the same actors, but they put them in different roles every season.
Okay.
And he is so hilariously funny in this. So the first season, the reason why they're called Miracle Workers is they're all angels in heaven, and they're all sort of in charge of different aspects of the afterlife. And Armageddon is coming and Steve Buscemi plays God.
Oh, nice.
And
no.
Yeah,
I'll have to watch this.
It's really good. The second season was a little weird. The third season they did the Oregon Trail, and it's just yeah.
Okay, so I have seen
the second season was like medieval
for the third season with the Oregon Trail thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like on TNT or something.
Right. Yeah. It's a good show. It's one of those half-hour shows, and you know, like the sort of the time fillers if it's too late and you can't watch one of the hour shows. Like it's a very good quick burn. So
if that ever streams, I'm gonna definitely HBO Max. It's on now.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, one of these days. Yeah. The Oregon Trail part, like I saw, I have to watch this. It looks hilarious.
It was really good. Yeah. Chris, how you holding up? You doing okay?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I was going to say, well, crap, I lost my point now.
Yeah. Are we at the point where we need to ask Chris random questions of insanity? Because we're coming up on about an hour and 20 minutes here.
I actually added a few new ones in. No, I added some in.
So, Chris, if you learned how to ride a unicycle, would that make you feel better than everyone else? And would it make you feel superior, and how?
I would never ride a unicycle. I would take it and use it to beat people up that ride unicycles. Riding my skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for?
More wishes.
Okay, can't do that. Sorry, it's illegal.
Well, you didn't say that in the beginning. There was no sub-clauses or anything like that.
Now.
Yeah.
I would, and I would do this 3 times. I would wish for 3 wishes for 3 different people.
Didn't I just say that you couldn't wish for more wishes? That's technically
for myself.
Wishing for more wishes.
For myself.
Okay, all right.
I'm giving the power
like
of the
your
wish
interpretation,
away.
Man.
Yeah.
See,
okay.
And this is what I do. I find ways. I'm a true raider. Okay,
right.
You got to look at this way. I find ways. No, a true raider, football player. Okay, the Raiders always found ways to make the rules work for them.
Wait, I always thought the Raiders always found a way to lose at the last minute.
Yeah, but you knew when you
played
the
post-2000 Raiders.
Yeah, that's true. This is not the old 1976 Raiders.
Yeah, which I would
John
say
Madden
that's
Raiders.
the post 70s Raiders.
Right. Yeah.
Come on, man, get with the times. That was 50 years ago.
What's the strangest thing in your refrigerator?
The strangest thing in my refrigerator would be let's see. I haven't looked in there lately, so I'm not sure, but I'm going to go with some kind of food product.
Okay, well that fizzled. All right.
No, my wife uses different like herbs and stuff, so I'm sure there's some weird herbs in there where I always go, "What the hell is it?" I'll just put it back.
Okay. What was your favorite toy as a child?
My favorite toy as a child was the $6 Million Man.
Okay.
It truly was one of my favoriteest because he had the bionic arm. He had the chip that you could put in and out of his arm and in his leg, and he had the engine block that you could lift.
Yes.
I like it.
My God, a friend of mine growing up had that, and like,
dude, it was so cool. You could look through his eye and magnify things.
A little bit.
And I also had the he came in that little spaceship, but I had the blow up dome.
Oh, cool.
That you could use as his training center or whatever it was. So,
nice.
Why do you find that so hilarious?
No, I'm sorry. I have the best question right here.
Oh God.
All right. You've been given an elephant. You can't get rid of it. What do you do with it?
Put it in the refrigerator.
So you can answer with what's the weirdest thing I got in my refrigerator question?
There you go. A little tiny elephant that I've been given that I can't get rid of.
Wait, it's a tiny elephant?
Well, now it is.
Because if I had one, I would charge people for rides and name them Stampy.
There you go.
Always the capitalist. All right.
Okay. What's the funniest way that you've ever broken the law?
Matt, you want to field that question?
Is it illegal to jump off of a 3-story building into a swimming pool?
into the shower.
I have a feeling that is a city by city.
Yeah, I don't know if it's illegal or not.
Right, yeah.
Certain municipal codes that we have to apply. That or riding a freight train, but only so far as to where I got so scared. I'm like, I got to jump off, and we we probably only went a few miles because that was close enough to where we could walk back to my friend's car and get back home eventually. Yeah. So,
Okay.
And my favorite singer is Barry Manilow sometimes when I'm listening to Barry Manilow, but only at that time. Tim Melia.
If you could trade lives with someone, who would it be?
No one.
Good answer. Good answer.
Nice.
If you could erase one event from history, what would that be?
Oh, that would be the Nazis murdering all the Jews.
Okay.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's.
I have.
Sorry to be so deep. There's a lot of funny answers, but if I only got one choice, that's the one I'm going to do because that was just horrible, and it led to a gateway of accepting people to do it. My ex-husband. Well, I got next slide too. Never mind. You said history. Yeah. So I'm sorry. So I didn't mean to be all deep. I could make up.
Answers, no. That's okay. Matt, what's your question?
Well, I kind of wanted to find out in this state of mind if what's the sandwich you would make?
Ooh.
Oh.
What's your sandwich?
Yeah, a little turkey sprinkled with some codeine.
Or loading, which is the
right. Yeah, a nice Oxycontin aioli on it. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Right.
Let's see. Well, it definitely would have sourdough. Sourdough or Dutch crunch. I'll go with either or. Then mustard and a golden mustard. Mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. I would have turkey, bacon, maybe a little roast beef, thinly sliced tomatoes, jalapenos, pepperoncinis, pickles, olive oil and vinegar, and you know what? A little pastrami.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
all right.
That sandwich sounds really good.
Shazam!
Yeah.
Any mustard?
Yeah, I said golden mustard.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Once
just
again,
mesmerized
welcome back
by
to the
everything
show,
that's
Matt.
in vinegar. And do you have enamel left on your teeth?
Yeah.
No, that's
No.
why these are fake.
There you go. Would you rather be able to control time or be able to know what other people are thinking?
Control time.
Okay. All right.
That way I could find out what people are thinking, go back and change their minds.
What's your favorite pizza topping?
Jalapeno.
Interesting. You find $2,000 on the ground. Nobody's around. What do you do?
I'll hold on to it and I will put a generic ad out. I've actually had this happen to me when I was in school in Denver. I found a money clip on the front step of the apartment complex I lived in, and I picked it up, and it had a little very significant money clip. So I photocopied the money clip and I posted it on boards around the apartment complex saying, "Does anybody know whose money clip this is?" And I put my phone number and everything. Nobody called. I waited 2 months, and then I had a huge party at my apartment complex.
Nice.
There was about $600 there.
Oh, wow.
Big party.
So a lot of the guys that went to my high school that ended up at UCSB with me were all part of a fraternity. And my second year, I never joined it, but my second year, they couldn't come up with their dues to the main chapter. So instead of paying off what they owed, they just threw this huge 24-hour kick-ass party with the rest of the money that they had. So, and my band at the time opened it up at like 2:00 on Friday afternoon. And we were right where the kids would come out of UCSB, out of that tunnel into Isla Vista. So like we were catching people right as they were coming out of class on Friday. And my lead singer was this huge, like 6'8", like big guy, great voice and everything. It was just like shouting at people, "Come back, you guys! When you get back, put your books down, get back!" And it was just like it was one of the one of the most crazy memories from college that I will never ever forget.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, I would have dropped my book bag right there. I'd be like, "Okay, let's go."
Yeah, it's good.
Well, and if they'd have charged $2 a cup, they could have made money.
Right? They could have still
made
had
all
the
their
party.
money back.
Right. Yeah. Patsy, I play bass and I sing. There's a group that they replaced me since, and this is funny. About a year, I had to move back when I lived in California. I was in a group called the LK Project, and they're on YouTube, and you can check them out. And the stuff that I played on and sung on is still on YouTube there. So I'll send you the link in an email so you can check it out. But yeah, but these guys, the guys in college were great. We were called Kid Power, and we were like, this was like the Nirvana era. So we were like late 90s, like hard rock. This was still to this day the most fun in a band that I've ever had. So,
Nice.
Right.
Yeah. One more random question for you, Christian.
Okay.
If you decided to run for president, what would your campaign slogan be?
Shut up and just let me do my job. Plain and simple.
Bumper stickers to come shortly.
In fact, I'm actually now thinking, there is a pre-election coming up. I could throw my hat in and see what happens.
There you go.
There you go. I like it.
And then, yeah, we could just use the show as our press releases every day.
Right, exactly. There you go.
Andy, your vice. Matt, your Secretary of State. We're good.
Okay.
Hey,
we got one
Patsy
vote.
would vote for me. We got one vote. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Now we're in.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess.
Well, there you go.
Oh,
there you go. Well,
an hour and a half, guys.
Yeah, we should let Chris go back to his Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds haze of painkillers.
It is about that time for a refreshment.
Now sit there and think what you've done, buddy.
Yourself on a boat on a river.
Was walking
trees
on
the
marmalade skies. Yep, there we go.
I used to know how to play that on guitar.
What about harpsichord? Because that's in there too.
I don't know how to play harpsichord. I only know how to play guitar.
Well, learn so we can do the song. Good God, is that too hard? There are
effects now that my guitar can sound like a harpsichord. All right.
Okay. Yeah, I forgot. We're technologically advanced at this point.
Right.
Speaking of next week, we've got
Heyo.
Demetrius Witherspoon from the Submerged Universe. His movies are out on oh my God, Amazon Prime, Roku, and what is it? Force One, I think, was the latest one that he has. Mm-hmm. So you guys might want to go check that out. He sent me a private link, so I'm going to watch that here soon. Awesome. And yeah, he will be out there with all his comics and stuff like that. So make sure you join in on our chat next week. Tell your friends. It's going to be a good time. We've got some artists. We've got an author coming up. Lots of good people and lots of good times. So thank you all very much. Our 100th show is due to come up here shortly. So make sure you're tuning in for that. Maybe we can try and do something a little special for that one as well.
You will all get invites to the Black Tie 100 Show Gala that Matt will be catering.
Oh, yeah.
That I will be playing music at, and that Christian will be emceeing. So,
there we
go.
Very simple and plain. And Matt, I'd
black tie, so I got to bust out the bow tie. And
yep, exactly.
I haven't tied it in a while.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
if
down. I
can only tie my bow tie if I don't think about it.
Pat, you'll be
thinking
busy
about
watching
it, I can't tie
movies,
it.
So I'm not sure if she's going to make it.
No, that's next week, not the week after.
Well, she may get hooked on a trend or something. You never know.
Tuesday
is movie night for her.
I doubt she'll want to see Morbius more than once. I'm going to make that call right now. I'm going to predict the future.
I'm waiting for the, freebie to come on TV soon.
Yep.
Well, I'm wondering what, and if Patsy Ann, if you could just answer this in chat, what theater chain are you watching cheap movies at on a Tuesday? Is it Silver Cinemas or is it Landmark Cinemas? Because I worked for both and we had cheap ass Tuesday movies.
Yeah. Well, while we're debating that, again, Demetrius LaShawn Witherspoon next week, Marcus Theater. So
there we go.
Whoever owns that one, they're out in St. Louis. Guys, this has been an absolute blast, and we've had a lot of fun. And pain pills are starting to fade, so it's time to restock. And it's about bathroom time.
Oh, there we go. Chris, take care of yourself, buddy. Feel better, man.
Oh, yeah. Definitely be a little more alert and aware for next week, and hopefully have a little bit more of a voice at that point. And Matthew, as always, thank you very much for your direction and
sure thing.
Producing technicalities. And Andrew, thank you for running the board today and captaining the ship. And I'm just going to sit back and relax and take another nap because that's all I'm really good for at this point.
Actually, I think Matt might enjoy this next part.
You didn't do the Wilhelm
I know. I couldn't do the scream, but Sorry, Chris, man. I couldn't resist.
Dude,
I
that was
couldn't
awesome.
resist.
Oh, I got the
I did
Thanos
like that.
snap.
It's nice when it happens to other people.
Yep.
Patsy, Corey, Tim, thank you guys for watching.
Yes,
It was very
thank
cool.
you all very much. And keep
we
spreading the
will
love out there. Like, follow, subscribe.
Donate.
Wherever
Tell a
you
friend.
can, donate, please.
yeah.
Help us keep pushing this thing out there a little bit more, so we can try and keep, getting the quality guests that we do. Yeah, we are actually, we are now, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, we are on iHeartRadio and a whole new podcast forum called Podo Polo. And it's pretty cool little
Why not?
podcast website. So if you want to go and check them out, they're all out there. In the meantime, there's the Dead Campers. They are out on Spotify. They just dropped a couple new songs, so make sure you go and listen to them and check them out at thedeadcampers.com, or just pull them up on the old Spotify. In the meantime, for myself, Andrew, and Matthew, we want to say thank you very much. Everybody have a great weekend. Make sure you take care of each other. We're all we got out there, so be good to each other. Peace out, guys.
Sí, señorata.